What screams I'm depressed? Anyone that know me not from school just know how I act normal can tell in the ducking speed of light from my behavior I will have some kind of breakdown. Withdrawing from any and everyone because you just don't have the energy to engage and you feel like you're not important enough to do so. Every single Redditor. That person on social media who stubs their toe then posts OMG. I stubbed my toe lol, I'm like, so depressed right now lol. Truly depressed people have gotten good at hiding it and never really tell folks. They especially don't scream it. Not having a girlfriend but using the excuse I'm gay. Nothing in my life is fulfilling or rewarding or interesting anymore. Messiness, someone that is extremely messy is most likely depressed. I try to add to the comment about losing interest in certain or most things, but there's far too many. So I'll just add my short story. Back in high school I was actually ranked third in number of books read over one semester. But now, a few years later, I don't read at all. I picked up the final book in a series I used to love. It was recently released, and I couldn't get into it. I returned it to the library, not even finishing chapter 3. It's actually kinda sad. High school. A 13-year-old girl begging for attention. Though it's not be an actual example of someone who's depressed, it is a literal example of someone screaming, I'm depressed. Logging into any online video game, looking at the menu, and then at your contacts list, and then logging off after a few minutes of not really doing anything. Making pointless cries for attention on social platforms Facebook/Snapchat/Instagram etc. Experienced this firsthand with a buddy of mine, getting drunk just because the alcohol was there or just easy to obtain, and using the excuse of I'm more fun when I'm drunk. People scream I'm depressed. Sweatpants. After reading the comments I realized how depressed I truly am. Dry shower curtain. Dazing off. Screaming I'm depressed. Listening to Creep by Radiohead on a cloudy Sunday at 4 p.m. Me from the rooftops at 3 a.m. Knowing your place is a mess, you hate it. However you can't bring yourself to clean it saying you'll do it next week. Sweatpants at the mall. Other decisions in your life that should be important, you're sort of ambivalent about. Career? A. Relationship? I dunno. Retirement savings? Lol. Me, most days. Me sometimes. When you reply to notifications from Reddit faster than texts or messages from your friends. Me, daily. Emo people in public. I scream I'm depressed. Am I serious? Am I joking? No one knows but me. Oh geez, I'm starting to realize a lot of this applies to me. A suicide note, probably. I'm always angry and annoyed. So I guess that. Literally everything and anything becomes a life-draining chore. Guys, stop. When they are average weight and obviously not fat but they talk about how they're fat and stuff. Or they're just desperate for attention. Sleeping. Just sleeping all the time. When my depression was at its lowest point I slept all day through 2 meals. My dad would wake me up for dinner and I would say I'm not hungry because I just wanted to go back to sleep. I slept easily like 18 hours a day. Sitting at the bar having beer alone. Like I am now smile. Surfing Reddit constantly, all day, every day. When you go exploring on Minecraft and come back and can't find your house. I'm fine. Wanting to sleep all the time instead of dealing with any possible social interaction. Me when I'm driving home from work. 13-year-old girls. Sometimes being ready to burst into tears over little stuff. Overreacting or underreacting. Denial. When you are literally crying and you just keep saying I'm fine through tears over and over again in some useless attempts to get others not to worry. Screaming I'm depressed then laughing about it like they're no problem, and just going home to cry in the shower. Not having more DHOW on my Steam list cause no job and live in a van. 13-year-old girls. Screaming I'm depressed. Making a lot of suicide jokes directed at yourself. A lot of girls with dyed hair scream that on the daily. Using smiles, jokes, video games, and binge eating to disguise the fact that your entire life is falling apart. Every person on Reddit, it seems. Posting inspirational quotes on social media. Pining for someone you knew 20 years ago. Not like, gee, I've always had an appreciation for that person. Nope, I'm talking about sending that person love letters and poems after 20 years of living and leading completely separate lives. It was just one day out of the blue, he decided to go back in time and pick up where we left off. I finally realized how depressed he really must be if he is resorting to that fantasy in his mind. I wouldn't even say hello to him on a street now, only because he's super corporate and I'm super granola, nothing personal. I had to ask him to drop all contact because our friends are rooted in the same place/time he still is, and I don't want to leave them because he has a problem. I urged him to consider counseling. Depressed people. When they seem to be addicted to posting selfies and whatnot on FB/Instagram. Me. A toothpaste stain on the shirt you wore yesterday today. Never appearing to be down. Bad Facebook memes. Sullen silence. Me screaming I'm depressed out of my bedroom window. Hiding one's non-dominant sleeve. Drinking. Not just drunk all the time, but drinking every night you don't have anything to do the next morning. Doesn't even have to be extremely excessive, just enough to get drunk. Yelling I'm depressed because I am. Me at 12 a.m. When you tried to subtly point out that you got into a fight with your husband. Not getting any upvotes on your meme. When you get sick constantly and your immune system is literally shot. You actually envision yourself falling and busting your head open, just to get into a hospital and hooked up and sleep for a long time. Your mom. Exhibit A, Thor in Endgame. Nothing to other people. In my experience no one notices. Honestly astonished the top comment wasn't r/me_earl users. Overweight. I do. Sleeping on a pile of laundry. Clean or dirty. In the middle of the afternoon on a nice day. Screaming I'm depressed. Curious about people's perception on this. I've been in and out of deep depressive episodes since I was a teenager. Can people tell? I'm normally a very quiet person, so maybe it goes unnoticed. Whatever. Everything is meaningless and horrible anyway. Tongue. Wearing sweatpants and a hoodie regardless of temperature. Posting pictures of you with other people's pets. In a party, in a room with 1,000 happy people, you naturally gravitate towards the one person who isn't enjoying themselves. Because you don't understand happiness or know how to smile anymore, so you find the one person who won't force it on you. Screaming I'm depressed. Declaring you love someone because they show a little interest in you. Me, constantly. Using Reddit. Having a lot of unexplained aches and pains, and feeling really tired. It's like my nerves are extra sensitive to pain, so something I would normally ignore becomes an all-consuming ache. Take vitamins, take a shower, plan dinner on the daily to-do list. Suicide. SEBLIVD. This question. 7th graders. Me. I am depressed. Sitting on YouTube all day and not even getting up to eat or drink. For me, it's feeling the need to apologize or like double-check that people don't hate me all the time. Like some minor disagreement, I can feel terrible about and profusely apologize even though it's obviously not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. You have to work to be normal and have to rest when you get home because all of your energy during the day was used by being normal. Then everyone at home wants to know what's wrong and why you're acting weird. But you're not acting weird, that's just how you would act if it was socially acceptable. Jumping off a bridge screaming I'm depressed, shooting up a school, giving away all of your possessions in one day. Me, on a street corner. People who are depressed. Ed Hardy hat MMA t-shirt Monster Energy drink tattoo lifted truck. This Vine compilation cured my depression. 14-year-old white girls. Complaining about or taking issue with everything. When you have no joy in your life, everything seems like an issue. Drinking alcohol. Using uwu or owo. Daily daytime sleeping for no reason, no third shift job or newborn baby. When I get home and just fall asleep, only to get up, look around, go on Reddit, Facebook, YouTube and end up going back to sleep. Canceling plans to go out with friends, repeatedly. The more they do that, the more something is wrong. A messy unorganized life, trash-filled houses, rooms, apartments, cars, lack of hygiene. Taking ZzzQuil like it's water because it feels better this way and I don't have to be around as much.